there is only one thing that makes ramen definitively ramen and not another form of noodle dish. But we'll get into that later. Hi, I'm Faye, and this is how we plan for Japan. Today is day 95, and our fundage has not changed. Our word for today is appropriately tonkotsu. Tonkotsu is one of the three primary forms of ramen, specifically in their broth, because tonkotsu means pig bone, and tonkotsu is made specifically from pig bone broth. It's mostly made in Kyushu and has become somewhat of a local delicacy there. It's also the most commonly eaten form of ramen in the Western world. Outside of it, there are another four main kinds of ramen broths, but only two of them really get used in larger contexts. There are a bunch of smaller used ones, and everywhere has their own flavor of things. But the other two are miso broth, which is mostly used in... God, I'm forgetting island names again. Mostly used in Shikoku and Honshu. And shoyu broth, which is a soy sauce based broth, mostly used in Hokkaido. On top of this, depending on where you are and depending on what the season is, you also get different toppings. Personally, I am a tonkotsu pork or a chicken cutlet kind of guy. That being said, I've never been somewhere that does good seafood-based ramen, and if I was to go to one of those locations, you better believe I would be going to town on that shit. Now, for the reason you're actually here, we're going to talk about the one thing that makes ramen ramen. And honestly, it's a lot more basic than you'd think. It's the noodle. Ramen is a specific form of noodle that is aerated and treated with an alkali to make it that yellow color and that springy texture. Though I do have a little life hack for you. So I have been eating 2-minute noodles en masse since I was probably too young to be eating them. Something I've learned is if you get something like mustard seed, mix it through your noodles while they're cooking, not at the beginning, but just before you'd want to pull them out al dente, they will give you that same springiness by adding the chemicals in the mustard into the noodles, and they aren't that invasive of flavor. It's not overpowering, and it is easy to get through. Especially if you're also adding some minced garlic or some garlic paste. But that'll do it for today. I hope you've enjoyed our little talk about ramen. I wish I knew more. But hell, when we get to Japan, we will definitely be eating more ramen than is healthy for us. Until then, I've been Faye. You've been awesome, and I'll see you all tomorrow.